This is a really nice sounding name, Dakota. Dakota. Hello name nerds, my name is Patrick and welcome to Fun with First Names, where each week we look into the meaning, origin and some extra fun facts behind one specific first name. And this week we're looking at the first name of Dakota. But before we begin, I need to remind all you guys that we're trying to hit $700 a month on Patreon by the end of March. And if we do that, I'm going to film one of these Fun with First Names videos out in the wild somewhere, not sure where. Could be on the city streets, could be in the sea. Could I do it in the sea? I don't know, maybe in the sea, maybe in some sort of nature, I don't know, but somewhere I'll leave my little box of a room and go find somewhere to film a video. It'll be weird, it'll be awkward, but I'm happy to do it if you guys support me on Patreon, and Patreon is the best way to support Name Explain. Just $1 a month helps out in a huge way. You know the drill by now, guys. Ad-free videos, extra content, and the saying what names get explained. Gosh, well, I'm stumbling over like that. You guys probably aren't that confident in me in what to do because I can't even pronounce it myself, but I promise you it's good stuff. I'll let the Patreon page itself do the talking. Patreon.com/Name Explain, link down below. Go check it out. Anyway, on with today's name of Dakota. And Dakota is an interesting name because by and large, it's more known as being a name for places rather than a name for people. The United States of America has not only one state called Dakota, but two, North Dakota and South Dakota. Though prior to 1889, these two states were one single unit known as the Dakota Territory. So it kind of is one thing, kind of two things, but you get the idea. I genuinely believe that more people probably associate the name Dakota with a place rather than people. So how exactly did this happen? How did the states of North Dakota and South Dakota become the first name of Dakota? Well, first off, we have to understand how the states of North Dakota and South Dakota got their names to begin with. The Dakota part, I mean, I'm sure you guys probably have a good idea as to where the North and South parts come from. Well, what's interesting about the name of Dakota is that it existed way before the states of Dakota came into existence, and even way before that territory of Dakota came into existence too. This is because Dakota is first and foremost the name of a Native American tribe. The Dakota tribe are the initial inhabitants of this part of the USA. They are part of the larger Sioux family of Native Americans, and the Dakotans themselves actually split into two smaller units, the Eastern Dakotan tribe and the Western Dakotan tribe. And yeah, that means that between the North and South states of Dakota and the tribes of Eastern and Western Dakotas, we have a Dakota for every cardinal direction. I just thought that was really cool. Though of course we now need to ask ourselves, how did this tribe, the Dakotas, how did they get their name? Well, Dakota simply means friendly in their language. That's why many sources of this first name of Dakota have it meaning friendly or ally. This is a really nice way to name a tribe. I like it. You're just called friendly, ally. That's really nice. It's really sweet. I mean, considering like a couple of weeks back, we were looking at Saskia and the Saxons were named after the weapon they used to kill other people with. Like, yeah, nice change of pace to call your tribe just friendly or allies. I like that. Good job, Dakotas. You do me proud. But it was from these friendly people that ended up naming the territory of Dakota that got split into North and South Dakota as we have today. And then it was from these states as to where the name Dakota came from as a first name for humans. But why Dakota? Out of every state there is in the USA, why was it this one that has become such a popular first name? Well, the names of places becoming first names for humans is no new thing. So many place names have become first names for humans, from countries to cities to states as we see right now, and Dakota is just part of this long-standing tradition of making place names human names. Though in regards to Dakota specifically, I feel that there are two main reasons as to why this name of a state became popular as a human name. One of those reasons being simply because it's a really nice sounding name, Dakota. Dakota makes even a nice nickname of just Kota itself. It's a really nice, pleasant sounding word, and it even has like a name-ish quality to it. You can see Dakota being a first name. It just sounds a bit like a name. Well, it is a name, obviously it's a name for a tribe and a people, but it sounds a bit like a human first name as well. That's probably one of the main reasons it has going for it. One of the main reasons why it's a name anyway, if that makes sense. So anything could be a name, I suppose, if we try hard enough. And the second reason I believe that this name became popular as a first name is because of its meaning. As I said, the name Dakota for this tribe means friendly, means ally, and that's a great thing for a name to, that's a great meaning for a name to have. Like, yeah, that's cool, it's really cool. If you had a name, oh, what does your name mean? It means friendly. I like that. Like I said, I like friends. It's cool. Friends, do I like the TV show Friends? Yeah, I like Friends in general. TV shows, actual people. Facebook friends, bit stranger, but I'll take them. Friends are cool. You learned that from Name Explain, kids. Anyway, this name of Dakota really started to pick up interest in the 90s in America, and what's interesting is that while we now mainly associate Dakota as a female name, when it first rose to prominence, it was actually a boy's name it was most associated with being. Dakota as a masculine name had a huge spike in the 90s in the USA, but just as quickly as it rose, it went straight down again. While as a female name, it never hit the heights it did as a boy's name, but it's kind of just maintained balance really, kind of always just sort of being somewhat popular since the 90s. So yeah, even though it had that huge spike in the 90s, if you're a 90s boy Dakota, let me know down in the comments below. Love to hear from you. Want to know how your name is these days when it's more associated with as being a feminine name. That'd be cool to hear. And of course, Dakota isn't the only US state to end up becoming a first name too. The two other big ones that come to mind are Indiana and Montana. Both those two have become somewhat popular first names as well for men and women. And that's cool. Like I said, places becoming first names, it's something we've talked about on the channel before. It's not a massive thing. It happens more often than you might realize. And Dakota's just another case of that, but a fun one nonetheless. Hence why we're talking about first names. That's the name of this series, for God's sakes. And of course, there's even US states out there that names are actual first names to begin with anyway, like Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. They're already first names anyway. I mean, Louisiana as well to a degree, but people aren't really called Louisiana. They're called Louise or Louis or Louis, but comes from a first name anyway. I shouldn't be explaining how states got their names. That's being saved for a big £1,000 video when we hit $1,000 a month on Patreon. So another reason to support on Patreon, because one day I'll make that video. One day, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this will come crumbling down on itself before we hit that. Time will tell. In the USA, Dakota is the 261st most popular girl's name, so it's still pretty darn popular stateside. Like I said, it's always kind of maintained just a steady flow of popularity over there, especially for females, unlike the boy version kind of spiked and then just went into non-existence again. So lots of Dakotas out there, I imagine, more than just the two states. And here in the UK, it's the 522nd most popular girl's name, so definitely not anywhere near as popular as it is stateside, but still in the top 1,000. That's good. I really wouldn't. It's such a quintessentially American sounding name. Dakota is the name of a US state named after a Native American tribe. I was amazed it had any relevance here in the UK, but no, it's doing its thing. Well done. Cool. Well done, Dakota. Good job. Famous Dakotas include the likes of Dakota Johnson, an American actress. I believe she was the lead role in the 50 Shades film, so if you're into those, you're probably quite familiar with her. And there's Dakota Fanning as well, another US-based actress. I can't remember anything she's in, I'm afraid. Is she Cindy Lou Who? I think she might be Cindy Lou Who. Might be getting that wrong as well. Amber, let me know if she's Cindy Lou Who. Thank you. However, a different kind of famous Dakota is, I've got to say this on here or I was getting it wrong, Zitkala Sa, and this is a lady I'd never heard of before, but she was a Native American Dakota, hence why I'm talking about her. She was a member of the Dakota tribe. She was a Native American writer and activist talking about the struggles of her people all the way back in the 1930s. She died in the 1930s. She was doing it a really long time ago. She seems like a really incredible figure and someone I want to know an awful lot more about. I only found out about her while researching this video, and she seems really cool. I'm going to do some more research on Zitkala, because if I'm sorry for pronouncing that wrong, I'm going to do some more research because she sounds like a very interesting figure and I want to know more about her and her writings and her beliefs, because it sounds really cool. Cool. But anyway, that's more than enough about the name Dakota, but what are your thoughts on this name? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you know anyone with the name Dakota? Are you called Dakota yourself? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I want to share some of the thoughts you guys had on last week's name of Stephen. Siddharth S said, nephew also used to be traditionally pronounced with a V sound, but usually is said with an F sound now. That is so good. That's a great example. Thank you very much. Yeah, nephew. I'm going to try and start saying it with a V sound again. Nephew. View. Do you know that instead of saying V, we say Ved over here in the UK? No, that's a lie. Sorry, that's not true at all. No, we do pronounce it V as well. Yeah, we don't say Ved. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe we should start saying Ved just to confuse Americans. Let's do that, Brit. So let's start saying V as Ved. Cool. Robert G said, my father is named Stephen with a V and his middle name is Leroy. This makes his name mean Crown of the King. What a badass name meaning, Crown of the King. Sounds like a Game of Thrones character. Hand of the King, the Crown of the King. Big fan of that one. I'm gonna call my children Stephen Leroy because it's just pretty badass. Maybe I won't. Maybe I already have children. You don't know me. And NBA All Day said, mad props to Lorax out here explaining all of this. Yeah, I need a shave, don't I? Big fan of the Lorax. I'm taking that as a compliment. Maybe it was meant to be an insult, but I'm happy with that title. He was played by Danny DeVito in the film, and while it's a terrible film, Danny DeVito is just a great human. Like, love Danny DeVito, so I'll take that. Thank you very much, NBA All Day. I'm happy to be your Lorax. I'm happy to be the internet's Lorax, because why not? Go suggest some first names down in the comments below, and I'll pick 3 of those to put into a poll exclusively for my patrons to vote on for the next Fun with First Names video. So if you enjoy the channel, want to help support it and have a say in what names get explained, then please do consider becoming a patron. Like I said guys, $700 a month by the end of March. I really hope we can get that. I think we need about $60 to achieve that goal. So if you enjoy Name Explained enough, I know there are 60 of you watching this video who would enjoy Name Explained enough to donate just $1, and you'll get there, and you'll get loads of extra goodies in return. Like I said, ad-free videos, bonus content, have a say in what names get explained, plus many, many more things for you. Please do consider go checking it out. It helps me in a huge way. And yeah, that's it basically. That's the gist. But anyway, that's more than enough for myself. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram where I'm Name Explain YT, and don't forget to go join the Facebook group, Friends of Name Explain. Okay guys, take care. Give it a second. That probably associate the name stand where. That's why many sources. I think I'm right. And the second reason being, tickling my throat. Became popular as a first name. Of course, there's even US states out there. Who'd have thought? We made it through another one. I'm just as shocked as you.